This is the SailPoint News. We bring to you activities ranging from education, entertainment, and many others. Today is the day we sit with people in high authorities. I'm Ms. Lorinda Kotunaram and I'm here with.
SRC the current SRC President of the Regional Maritime University. Thank you for having me.
Thank you too. So we are about to dive into his agendas, how he had the position and how he's handling it. So Mr. Follow, if I may ask, what inspired you to go for this position?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. My inspiration for the position of the SRC President, I can say it came from the love I have for the students of the Regional Maritime University.
Okay.
Because I am someone who, in person, I'm not really interested into student politics or leadership. But as I entered Maritime University, I started developing love, firstly for the cadets, because I enjoyed my cadetship and all the rest. So I became the deputy entertainment committee chair when I was at the cadets. Then from there, we had a Cameroonian community and a Cameroonian association where being with your people in another country, it developed more love for me and more interest. And that's why I started developing more interest in students leadership. And I became firstly the general secretary and later on became the president. While working with authorities and all the rest, the students of Regional Maritime University saw a vision. They had a vision, they saw hope, they saw love in me, as I can say. And some people approached me personally telling me that the SRC 2024-2025, what's up with it? Then I was like, I don't really know. My mind is not really there, but let's see how it goes. So I went to Cameroon. I had an engagement with my parents and my mentors, and they advised me that, okay, it's good, you should try. It's going to be very difficult because you're a Cameroonian and you're in another person's land. But I can see God being great, and I always tell people that the elections was not really on me.
Okay.
It was on God, and I can say it was my time. And the love the student gave to me, that was how I got inspiration. I got inspired to run for SRC president. And here we are today. Thank you.
Okay, you did say for the love of students.
Yes, please.
And so when you took the seat, did you really show us love?
Yes, I can say I showed a lot of love to students.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, can you rate it?
I can put an 8 on 10.
Okay. Like, I want to know the kind of love, like maybe example or something.
So, the love actually I have for the students is their concerns. The concerns bothers me a lot. Like when you have an issue, it's not like I don't really care about it. But there are some scenarios that we had meetings, emergency meetings to see how to solve students' concern because some students were suffering, some students were crying, and as their leader, as their president, in fact, I cannot use the word president because I don't really believe in that. As their leader and the people they look up to, because they look up to their leader, you have to listen to them and try to get solutions to their problems and their concerns. That's if you love them. And I can say I've done that. I've done that in so many situations.
Okay.
Yes, please.
But not everybody will get to encounter the love like straightly. So how do you make sure their voice is heard or they are being showed love through maybe people under you or something? Like how is their voice heard up there?
Okay, so I'm someone personally that I don't really put the presidency on my forehead. So I can tell in other terms I'm down to the floor. I interact with students, I greet them, I play with them. If you have seen me in some scenarios when I'm with the students, you see me, I dance with them, I play with them, I fool with them. So it's in such scenarios that they come to me and tell me their issues. Then also my counsel was in the sense of I didn't limit it to a group of people. It was a council that involved everyone because I can remember when I was growing, I had three slogans: empowerment, representation, and involvement, if I'm right. Yes, so I make sure that I stuck to that. And if, let's say, take example, my council, the advisor of the council is a Gambian. So you realize that if any Gambian has an issue, they can channel it through him and it gets to me if he cannot get to me directly. The Chief Justice and the Speaker of Parliament, they are Ghanaians. So if you have an issue, you can channel it to them and it's going to get to me. I personally am a Cameroonian, so Cameroonians issue they get to me straight. The Liberian, I have my WUCOM, that's the Women Commissioner. She's a librarian. So the issues, it comes to me directly through her. The Sierra Leonean have an advisory committee where, because Sierra Leoneans, I think there are 4 or 500, they're not up to 10. So the issues come to me through their rep, that's Bangura, and I think that's it if I have not forgotten anyone. So you realize that all the students, that's also the member states that are involved. Talking less about the Nigerians, my PIC, the person in charge of our measures, is a Nigerian, their president. So the issues too come to me. So in fact, as I said, I'm not a pompous person, and I don't really go far from the students. I'm close to them, so the issues get to me easily, and I take it to the right channel, and we get to solve some issues. It's true that some issues that are not solved because, let's say, that's at authority level. But my own part is to advocate, carry the issues, explain, and get them solved. Thank you.
Okay, so RME community, Mr. Follow has made us aware that leadership is not only about leading, but it's also about the love for people. When you don't have love, I don't think leadership is something for you, from what he said.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Follow, what difficulty did you face leading us? Was there any challenge, like something tough?
So personally, yeah, I've faced a lot of challenges in this
Okay.
government, and I can say, I can say one of my greatest challenge was because I'm a non-Ghanaian.
Okay.
Yes, I faced that challenge a lot because I got direct attacks, and the people that I love, let me say the students, some of the students, not all, but some of the students told me directly to my face that you are not this, you are not that, you are not Ghanaian. And in fact, the attacks were very, very straight to the point on your face. And now, here lies the case that we're all humans. Even though the way say men are strong, tough, and all the rest, maybe I can stand outside and the way I look like I'm strong or I'm tough, but deep inside, when you see what you're trying to do for them, and these are the type of response you are getting, it hurts you and it slows down some type of things. So I can say that was one of my greatest challenge, those attacks. And I can also say another challenge I faced was there was a lot of agendas in this entire government. So I'll take example, any good initiative we want to bring, there's someone that will come and slow it down. They'll slow the process down and they'll make sure that it will not happen. So we encountered that the entire council. Because my council was built with everyone was involved, we were able to push for some things. We were not able to succeed in some other things. Yes, but the greatest challenge I faced was criticism. Yes.
Okay, so did you cut off some friends along the line? Like, did you decide not to work with some friends again because of how they treated you?
Oh no, 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 no. I personally, I don't keep grudges. Even if we have a challenge or we have a quarrel within meetings or within student programs, later on after 2 or 3 days when we meet, I'll smile with you. I don't keep grudges because if I personally keep grudges, I'll never be able to get up in the morning. Like my heart will be really heavy. So I make sure every time I go to bed, I swallow everything and I don't really keep grudges. So everyone, every student, I smile with you. Even if you insult me on my face or you tell me harsh words or all the rest, when I'll see you the next day, I'll smile with you.
Okay, so were you able to accomplish all your agendas?
I was not able to achieve all. Yeah, I was not able to achieve all. Let's say time was a barrier. I took over office officially, I think in September,
Okay.
and I took over office with no funds. I took over office with no relations. I took over office just like that,
Mhm.
just like that. So the time you get to build your council, the time you get to write for funds and receive. I received my first funds in October. So you can imagine from June, let's say July till October, the council was working without funds. But there are some scenarios that okay, you are the leader, you are there. You cannot say because you don't have money, you will not work. So we were forced to raise income from personal means to push for some things. Yes, but one of the greatest policy I couldn't implement was at the level of maintenance of our sports complexes because I recall during my campaign I mentioned that even though I mentioned that it's not a promise, but it's a policy and it's a goal we're willing to achieve We started it last year, and I was told by our university registrar, that the school has plans. They have a deal that they're working with Korea, and they cannot really advise that we should start something serious there. If not, they're going to come and destroy it later on and build.
You are talking about the astroturf.
The AstroTurf here, and
Okay.
the basketball and all the rest. So I think I promised that. No, I didn't promise. I
Up to
mentioned
now,
that.
we are waiting for the
Oh
astroturf.
yeah, I understand. I mentioned that during my campaign, but I also mentioned that it's not going to be a promise, but we're going to try hard to make it happen. But unfortunately, we couldn't make it. One, because of finances. Two, because of the school has plans.
Mm.
It has plans. But I think one of and I think yeah, that's the main policy I couldn't implement, unless maybe I've forgotten other policies. Yeah.
So apart from that one, you did everything you said you would do.
Yes, I can say I did everything.
Okay, so the astroturf, like we are really interested. Me personally, I needed it. So like, have you started something that someone can come and continue?
So basically, what I can say is concerning the AstroTurf, we started arrangement with management, and that's how I can say other aspirants got to know that there's this MOU with the Korean government. So if other aspirants believe that they can go ahead and implement it, then later on management come and do the plans they have, then that's fine. So I can say that we have started. I've started with the foundation, at least knowing what is hindering the AstroTurf. So we know now our challenge, and the person that comes in, I hope and pray that since he knows the challenge, he should get a solution to that, so that they can implement an AstroTurf for maritime.
Okay, so per how you led us, will you advise someone to lead the same way, or you would have something to tell the person to add or subtract?
So actually, the way I led Regional Maritime University, I'm going to advise other aspirants to do so. But now, what the aspirant should add to this is that he should build a very stronger team, and he should be very strong himself, because there are people who are coming just to worry you, and that's how leadership is.
Okay.
Leadership, there are people who will never want to see you proceed, there are people who will never want to see you achieve greatness. So they're going to try by all means to put wood in your tires. In French, they say baton dans les roues. So they'll put wood in your tires, you will not be able to advance. So I'm going to advise the person that he should rule firstly with love, because when you do it out of love, you don't really feel the pain. Let's say if they're insulting you, if they're criticizing you, if they're using harsher than you, because you're doing it out of love, you will not feel the pain. Like they always say, a man in love, a woman in love, even if what people are telling him, he will never listen to that, because the person is in love. So that's the situation. You have to love the students, so that any challenge you're going to face, you will not back down, you will not step down, but you'll continue going. Yeah.
Okay, so the incoming president, Mr. Follow, is telling you that lead with love and build a stronger team, then you'll be good to go. So currently, we are still in our SRC journey. Like, how do you see the SRC?
So concerning the 2025-2026 elections, I can say I stated this clear earlier and very clear that I'm going to be on a very neutral ground, because all the aspirants are people I've worked with.
Okay.
My treasurer is going, and his running mate he was my committee member, and he's also in parliament. My speaker is going, and his running mate is also a member of parliament, a former member of parliament, and my deputy speaker too is going, and his running mate is a cadet. Okay, yeah, I think that one I've not had any convo, but you realize that all the candidates that are going are people I've worked with. And I can see, I'll take example, maybe if I'm a father and my sons are chasing one girl, I'll not be able to advise the girl that you come for this one, you come to this. I'll tell the girl to use her heart and decide the person she loves most.
Okay.
She should get married to the person. So that's what I tell the students. If any student asks me that who is best, I tell the students that you have to choose, you have to decide, because they have all worked with me. From June to today, I've been working together. And everything we've achieved in this government is not me, but it's all of us. So I cannot say I'm taking any side. But now, talking individually, treasurer that's Mr. Seth, has been a very transparent person.
Okay.
He has worked on accountability and transparency, and I'm really proud of that because all treasurers in the regional maritime university, they don't take their time and inform the students about transactions.
Okay.
I personally, when I was coming into office, is when I enter inside office that I realized the state of our accounts, all the transactions that were made and everything. But with said Adamu, that's not how it's done. So you see, he promised something to the students when he was going for treasurer. I was able to do that.
Achieve it.
Yes, so I can say he's good at that level.
Okay.
At the level of the Speaker of Parliament, there are some policies they implemented. Let's say they brought this ban, I mean, this tax
Okay.
for identification purpose in Parliament. And it's a new initiative that has happened, and I can say that's a great initiative for parliamentarians. And they also work hard in introducing a parliamentary fund so Parliament can have their own money to do their own issues. And it's very massive. So I applaud both the speaker and the deputy speaker for that. So we realize that the three candidates are good, but now each candidate now is going to have his flaws.
Mm.
For their flaws, for their flaws, because it's elections time, maybe what I can say might be used against them.
Okay.
But let's leave that one for students personally to judge on their flaws because everything that's happened, we've seen it. So it depends on that, the way each candidate handle things, the way they can negotiate, the way they interact with students. You have to look at all that because being a president, you're dealing with both the students and with authorities, that's management. So you have to have a good relationship with the students, you have to have a good relationship with management before things in your government can happen. Because I can say I personally am a leader to the students and I'm a son to management.
Okay.
I can put it like that. And I can see in my government there's a little bit of change has come to RMU.
Mm.
If I can list them, the lighting system on campus, it came last year.
Okay.
The lighting system at the back accommodation, it came last year. If you realize weekends, the back gate was closed, but now it's open. Insecurity personnel on campus have increased. A new dry line is in progress.
Okay.
MEE new chairs have come. There are a lot of things my men have done this year. At the level of the beauty of the school, if you see, if you realize they have bought these flowers at
The
vintage
library.
points at the library. Yeah, so you realize that because you have a good relationship with management, when you go and speak to them about some things, they will consider you or they listen to you.
Mhm.
But if you don't know how to negotiate with management, they will feel like you're a bully to them
Okay.
and they might not even consider you.
Mm.
You understand? But I can say all these things happen in my time. Even at the level of the examination, final years that are having receipts and supplementary. Normally, by this time, they're not to write receipt or supplementary from level 300 to level 200. So it's going to make them not to graduate.
Okay.
But because of the relationship I have with the provost and the way we speak and all the rest, how we advocate, we're able to do that. So you realize final years, they're able to write receipts from level 100, 200, 300, and 400. We will to permit all of them to graduate. But now here lies the case, and next government, from what I was told, they might take it off. So now it's going to depend too on your relationship with management, how you are going to speak before they can bring. Because this particular exam issues, it was a challenge. Provost himself told me that he had issues with deans, issue this, and the exam coordinator because of this particular issue. So students have to understand that this decision is not just like that. It went through a lot of advocacies and a lot of personal relations. So when you're voting, you have to make sure that you look at all this, the relationship with management and the relationship with students. It's true I can say I have a good relationship with students, but now what I think I failed was to explain to them some particular issues because there are some issues that arise on campus that arose on campus that got students complaining, wondering, and I didn't give them a response to that.
Okay.
But I really enjoy that this sales point is here because the next president, I'm going to advise that if any issue arises on campus and you look for a medium to speak to the students without having a meeting, or you come to SailPoint and you speak and are going to share to the student body so that the student body can be informed of what's going on. So basically, the three aspirants, I've worked with them and all what I stated is with them. I did it. The advocacies is with the Majidi. And also the main project, I stated those advocacies, but now we have a main project that we're looking on doing. That's lovers benches at the department.
Okay.
By Monday, the students are going to see we want to do lovers benches at marine engineering department and nautical science department. So you see, everything is within the government, and they are all part of the government. So they are good, but now you have to look now for their flaws to determine who you are going to vote for. But all the presidential aspirants are good. Thank you.
Okay, so for Mr. Follow, he said all the presidential candidates are unique in their own way. So make sure you make the right choice. And the lovers around, please, they say your lovers bench should be ready by Monday. So make sure you enjoy it. But there is one thing, the Aquaba 9 didn't come on. It really pained the first years. Even me, I wanted to be there to enjoy the music, but we didn't see anything like that. Like, can you clear something or let us know why it didn't happen?
So concerning the Aquaba night, we had plans for it. We had plans for the Aquaba night, but we had some financial constraint, and we had also SRC week that was coming on. Because we were planning for SRC week, we couldn't allocate monies for Aquaba night and later on do an SRC week. So we prefer that we should bring back the Aquaba night within the SRC week, and that is where we brought the initiative of the old school night stroke Aquaba night. So it was not only an old school night, it was also an Aquaba night. But now I also got some complaint that the first years they were having exams the next week, so they couldn't partake in that. So I'll use this medium to apologize on that, and also plead that the first year students should forgive, and I also hope they enjoy the old school night. Yeah, thank you.
And the topmost one, we missed the artist night. Like we were expecting artists to come and we didn't see anything. That one, dear, we need explanation to date.
So concerning our artist night, the budget for artist night was more than 50,000 Ghana cedis,
Okay.
and I also had a challenge at the level of finances concerning that, because 50,000 Ghana cedis for an artist night was like half of the entire budget. Yes, and we also had other plans for SRC week. We had the Aponchi Cup, we had we had the War Games, we had Old School Night, we had the movie night. So all these other activities could not be slashed for just one activity. That's why we're not able to do it.
Okay.
We're planning on also having a deal with Telecel, because I don't know if you're aware of Telecel Award. They have artists that they work with and audience. So the plan was to strike a deal with Telecel so that our students on campus are going to use Telecel network and they can come and do our artist night for us. But because there was a change of government, the personnel at Telecel will also change. So our letter didn't reach to the exact table, and that's why we faced challenges. But nevertheless, the council is still working on doing something.
Okay.
The council is working on doing something, and we pray and hope that before the council ends and hand over officially, there's going to be an artist night.
Okay. And I see some trending flyers about the awards night. And it's coming in your time. You've not
Yes.
experienced some in this school before. Like, what can you say about it? I want to know more about it.
So the upcoming Classic Awards night is going to be a mega event, and I would say it's going to be one of our last entertainment events. And what I was talking about, saying that we are planning something big. So the artist night, the awards night is going to be slash artist night. So we're planning on bringing an artist during the awards night, so that after the award ceremony, we're going to remain there and we'll jam till late. So it's going to be like an awards night, a final year's party, and an artist night. So that's the plans we are working on. That's why I'm going to use the opportunity to encourage the students to register, because if students don't register, because our target is 120. If we have 120 students that register, we'll be able to do the classic and awards night. If the students don't register, they will not be able to do it. And also the artist night cancel, everything will be cancelled. So now it's going to be a 50-50 deal. If the students want an artist night, then let's make sure that we do the awards night, because the package includes an artist. we're having arrangements for that. So if the students all register and we do the awards night, then we also have the artist night and the final years party. And I can see we're done for 2024-2025.
Okay, so RMU community, Mr. Follow is saying if you really want the artist night, then you have to make sure you are part of the categories. Make sure you nominate yourself. We have categories such as Face of RMU, Most Popular, Most
Beautiful, best parliamentarian, best executive, best artist, most influential student, best swimmer, best cadet. So there are a lot of categories. I think there are around 30 categories. So I think you can find something amongst them. Best association too. So nautical science, marine engineering, port and shipping.
Okay.
We have to vote for the best association. So each department has to make sure that their department is represented, and each member of the department has to make sure that they vote so that your department is going to win the best association of the year. And a lot of other categories that is on the list, and we're going to share the list with SailPoint so that they can add it to the interview or to the document so they can share to the student body. So that if you have a particular category you believe you fall under, then you nominate yourself. If you have a friend that you believe is good for the category, you nominate your friend and let the voting start. The best wins, then we'll have our classic and awards night.
Okay, so now behind the camera and off campus, who are you? Like, what's something you don't show with the students?
Behind the camera, I'm out of RMU. I'm someone who love fun.
Okay,
I party a lot.
okay,
I drink.
okay,
I have fun.
okay.
At times in activities, I portray that, but I minimize it because you're a role model on campus. People look up to you, and you cannot just do things anyhow. But out of campus, I'm someone very different. I party. I drink, but not excessively. But for the party, I party excessively. I really love enjoyment.
Okay, so let's get to some fun aspects. What's your favorite place on campus?
Favorite place on campus. My favorite place on campus is going to be the Paris Square
Why?
because I get to see cadets display and the PT, the mushroom. In fact, it's really beautiful because I can say I enjoyed my cadetship and it was lovely. I can remember one time when I was coming back from a meeting, I saw the cadets doing flags and I asked their watch leader if I could join them. But
Okay.
they told me that because I was not well dressed, I cannot join them. But if I go and I join them, I'm going to take 10 rounds. So I just packed my bags and I left because 10 rounds, it's been a while I've gone for jogging. So I can say my best place on campus is going to be the Paris Square.
Okay, so do you wish elevator would be at lab complex?
Elevator.
Because climbing that stairs is stress.
Oh yeah. So let's say the plan will be the schoolhouse for RMU with future and all the rest. So there will be an elevator at the lab complex. Not only the lab complex, but the uncompleted building.
Okay.
Actually, those are buildings that are going to add elevators. But now this one now is at the level of the board and management. No SRC president can lie to you that he's going to do that unless he's the son of a politician. That okay, the father is going to come and build it himself. But students are coffers, they cannot do that. So it depends on your relationship and how broad you are. If your fingers are really long, I'll use this proverb. If your roots are long, like the roots of a tree, if it's long, then the tree is going to stand tall for long. So if the candidate or any president that comes has very long roots, then they can be able to pull strings to do whatever they want to do. Yes.
I wanted you to leave a motivational word, but I think you've done that already. The route should be long and
Yes.
firm.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Follow, for showing up. We'll see you again next time.
Thank you too for having me, and I'm going to advise the students that you have to love your next SRC executives.
Okay.
You have to help them because anything they are doing is not for them personally, but it's for the students and your children that are going to come back or everything. So you have to work with them, you have to encourage them, you have to be with them. But it doesn't mean you not tell them the truth. If you see something that is wrong and you get the opportunity to exchange with them, you tell them the truth. But you have to look for a nice manner to tell it to the person because you might not know what the person is going through. He might be going through a lot. challenges from above, challenges, results, and all the rest. So you have to pray for your next leader and love your next leader, and let the best of the executives win, being it president, general secretary, or treasurer.
Thank you so much for watching. Today we had a great moment with our current SRC president. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Catch you back next time.